Oh, Sarvadharmastapakatvam Sarvadharmaswarupakaha Acharyanam Mahacharyo Ramakrishnaya Te Namaha. O establisher of all the faiths, the embodiment of all the religions, the greatest teacher among all the teachers, O Sri Ramakrishna, my salutations to you. So with these salutations to our Acharyanam Mahacharyo, let us continue our reading of Sri Ramakrishna's teachings through stories, through parables, through examples, through anecdotes. And in our previous reading, we heard that wonderful story of the Mahut god and the elephant god. Mahut god cautioning to get away. It was in connection with the discussion that Sri Ramakrishna was having his devotees and disciples about different tendencies of people. That there are good people, there are bad people, there are people treading the spiritual path, there are people who are steeped in worldliness, and usually these people who are steeped in worldly pleasures, they talk all sorts of things about the spiritual minded people. And one among those devotees, the disciples, was his most favorite, most beloved Narendranath Datta, the young boy, 19 years old, very, very blunt, very fearless. So Sri Ramakrishna asked him, what would you do? What would you say of such people who are talking all the things about you? Then Sri Naren, Vivekananda, future Vivekananda, he replies, I would consider that dogs are barking at me. Very blunt answer. Then Sri Ramakrishna tells him, no, don't go that far. Because in those people also God dwells. God dwells in the entire creation. God is there in the good people, in the bad people, in spiritually minded people, in the wicked people. So Sri Ramakrishna says we have to treat each and every being with the due respect that that person deserves. The spiritual minded, bow down to him, of course. Keep company, be intimate. But with the evil, keep distance. Don't go too near, too close to such people. And to make this point clear to the devotees, Sri Ramakrishna told that beautiful story of a teacher was teaching his disciples that God dwells in all beings. Try to appreciate God's presence in all the beings. And one of his disciples, he had gone to a marketplace. Suddenly there was a cry, huge noise, get away, get away, get away. And then he looks, so some mad elephant, is running on across the path. And the Mahat who was sitting on that elephant was shouting at people, don't come in the way, this elephant has gone mad. If you come, this fellow will trample you. Now suddenly this disciple, he remembered Guru's words, God dwells in all. And suddenly he thought of prostrating before the god elephant. So he bent down and started offering salutations to the god elephant. The Mahat is shouting at him. The elephant came, trampled him, and he was so badly injured, he lost consciousness. When his brother disciples came to know of this particular incident, they came, picked him up, took him to ashram, they brought him back to consciousness, and his teacher, he asked him, my child, what condition has you got into? What happened? Then he said, I was offering salutations to God elephant. You only told me God dwells in all the beings. Then teacher told him, my dear child, my foolish child, I told you God dwells in all the beings. God was dwelling in that elephant. But God Mahut was telling you to get away. Why didn't you listen to God Mahut? And you went on prostrating before the mad God elephant. You should know how to deal with such kind of different tendencies, the good tendencies and the bad tendencies. And to make this point clear, Sri Ramakrishna told us the story, followed by the narration of the different types of waters. Sri Ramakrishna says water can be of so many different qualities. Some water is fit for drinking, some water is fit for worship, some water is fit for cleaning utensils and clothes, and some water we don't use at all, like that drain water. Drain water we can never drink. Drain water we can't even think of using it for worship. But that doesn't mean that that is not water. All the four types are water. They're all forms of God. But we should give due credibility to each and every type. The one which is in the drain, let it go through, pass. The one which can be used for washing utensils and clothes, use it for that. And only the water which is fit for drinking, we drink. We only drink Aquaguard and Kent like that water purifier water, isn't it? We don't use the sewage water. But water is water. So Sri Ramakrishna brought this point to our notice, to our understanding that there are good people, there are bad people, God dwells in all, but we have to be careful in dealing with these different tendencies. Then a devotee asked him, but then, sir, if a wicked man is, and if an evil man is about to harm us, what should we do? Should we keep quiet? Because, okay, just get out of the way. But then Sri Ramakrishna says, no, 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 no. A man living in society, he says, must make a show of tamas to protect himself from evil-minded people. It is not that he should meekly subdue. He should make protest. He should show tamas. But Sri Ramakrishna gives a very important teaching. But he should not harm anybody in anticipation of the harm likely to be done to him. Just assuming I am going to be harmed. If somebody is really intent on doing harm, let that person clearly know that you are not a meek, person who can just undergo any kind of wickedness. Show him. But don't assume you are going to be harmed and bring harm to somebody. You don't do that. You be in your own calm and peaceful mood. You discriminate. You try to understand what is real good, what is real bad. Is it going to harm you? Then only you kind of raise your hood. So in order to make this teaching understand, Sri Ramakrishna tells this story, the very old story. We all must have heard it since our childhood. The story of the snake. The snake that hiss but don't bite. Fufkaro par kato mat. That was the story that we have been hearing from the childhood time, which Sri Ramakrishna is repeating here to make this point clear. So Sri Ramakrishna tells about this particular snake which was there living in the meadow, and when children of the surrounding area used to go and play around, this fellow used to come and bite or do some harm. The children were absolutely scared of that snake. One day, a holy person, a brahmachari, he was going that way. And children saw him going towards meadow, and they told him, sir, revered sir, don't go there. A very venomous snake stays there. We are all afraid of him. Brahmachari smiles at them and it said, look, my good children, I know how to handle such situations. You don't worry about it. So Brahmachari goes forward into the meadow, and as it is, the snake comes with the raised hood, about to bite. The Brahmachari utters a mantra, and the snake becomes so docile, so calm, like an earthworm. And he just lies flat at the feet of the Brahmachari. Brahmachari starts talking to this snake. He said, my child, why you are getting into all these kind of harmful activities? Why you trouble people? Why you trouble animals? Look, I will give you a holy word. You repeat that word will take you to God. With that word, you will lose all these harmful tendencies that you have. You will become a sattvic person, a sattvic snake. So, saying so, the brahmachari gives him the mantra. The serpent starts repeating the mantra, and brahmachari tells him, "I'll come again and see you after some time. You repeat the mantra, start your spiritual practices, and you will get the results." Now, the snake is absolutely spellbound by this wonderful teacher of his. He starts repeating the mantra, remembering God, and he gives up all his old ways. He gives up all his old tendencies, doing no harm to anyone. So he starts eating on leaves and fallen fruits. No more killing of rats and frogs to fill his tummy. And then these children, they notice that this snake, there is some change in them, in change in him. So one day, one child starts throwing stones at him. The snake doesn't retaliate. There is no reaction. Coolly, the snake bears all those, the hits of the stones. Children start throwing again the stones at him. One child becomes so bold, he goes to the snake, pulls it through its tail, and just whacking, thrashes him on the ground. Serpent, the snake, is in such a bad condition, all broken bones. The skin is all tattered. Somehow he just crawls to the hole and hides himself. Now snake is afraid of these children. Now there is a paradigm shift. There is total shift of the scenario. Now children are no more afraid of the snake. The snake is afraid of the children. Likewise, the days pass. The snake hiding in that hole, only coming out at night for the fear of those children, and then eating whatever fruits and other things he can somehow eat for survival. After about a year, the brahmachari comes that way and asks the children, "Well, my friends, where is that snake?" Then those children, they have not seen him for long, because after thrashing, he just vanished. So one child tells him, "Sir, revered sir, that snake is dead." "What? That cannot be. My disciple, he cannot die just like that without attaining the goal that I have given him." So the brahmachari goes inside that forest in the meadow and starts calling his beloved disciple. He says, "My child, where are you? Where are you?" And then slowly the snake comes out of that hole, lies down flat like an earthworm at the feet of his guru. And the brahmachari says, "What is this condition that you have got into?" He says, "Sir, you have asked me not to harm anybody. So I have stopped killing all those animals that I used to eat earlier. Now I try to live on only fruits and berries and whatever is fallen from the trees." So that is. Teacher says, "No, I don't agree with what you have said. Your physical condition is so bad. You see all those broken bones and all." And then the serpent really, immediately, suddenly he realizes, oh, that day that those children, they had hit me so bad, they had thrashed me. And then he narrates, but then he says, "Sir, no problem. Those are foolish children. They don't know, they are just children. In their childish whims, they have brought this torture on me. There is, don't go and shout at them." You see, look at the change in his attitude. That old tamasic vritti is all gone and he's now filled with sattva. So, looking at this condition, understanding what has happened, now the brahmachari gets angry at his beloved disciple. The brahmachari says that, "What a shame. You are such a fool. You don't know how to protect yourself. I asked you not to bite, but I didn't forbid you to hiss. You should have hissed. You should have shown that terrific nature of yours. You should have protected yourself from those children getting into all sorts of physical abuse on you." So that's what Sri Ramakrishna finally ended up this story saying. So you must hiss at wicked people, like the brahmachari told the snake. You must frighten them, lest they should do you harm. But again, another important teaching of Sri Ramakrishna, he said, you must frighten them lest they should do you harm, but never inject your venom into them. One must not injure others. Show your tamas once in a while. Make your sattva predominant, but that doesn't mean you should lose your tamas. Show that tamas once in a while. Hiss, phupkaro, par kato mat. Hiss, but don't bite. Don't put your venom inside anybody. So that is the teaching of how to deal with the wicked, with the evil people of this world who try to injure us. And Sri Ramakrishna has already told us that don't anticipate they are going to injure us and harm them. No. Only when they try to really do something, then you show your anger, you show your tamas, you show that yes, you have got a stuff in you. You cannot just bow down before them. You just cannot bow down before the God elephant. So that was Sri Ramakrishna's wonderful teaching today by that most heard story of the snake. Hiss but don't bite. Om Namah Shri Bhagavate Ramakrishnaya. Shri Ramakrishna Arpanamastu.